Arsenal versus Liverpool. Liverpool won. Arsenal nil. Yeah, tough game to swallow as an Arsenal fan. Not happy with the result. Not happy with the performance either. Really. Um. Yeah. Let me talk about Liverpool really quick, and because I'm gonna rant about Arsenal. Liverpool weren't great today. They weren't, and that's not me being salty. That's the reality of the situation. They were second best in the second half, and for probably about the first 15 minutes of the second half, they weren't too great either. Salah was very, very quiet today, outside of like a 10-minute spell where he was cooking Calafiori. Was very poor. Really did not do much of anything. Verts, I don't think was good again today. I think he kind of just ghosted. I kind of forget that he's in the game a lot of the time. He doesn't really get on the ball, and do anything with it. You know, this guy comes in, you expect him to create a lot, but he's still a great player. I think he'll come around at one point. You know, he picked up, looks like he picked up an injury, but we'll see. We'll see. Ekitike, not much of anything today from him either. Not really his fault. You know, he's been good the last 3 games for Liverpool, and you know, it's a tough game. Top two teams in the league last year. Best defense, missing one of their players, but whatever. Um, Gakpo, probably the best attacker, but really didn't do much of anything until the end when he was just kind of cooking Timber. Only a little bit though, because Zubimendi stepped in and just kind of shut him down a lot of the time. Outside of that for Liverpool, I think the defense was alright. I think Kirkis was very good. I don't think Van Dijk was anything special today. Um, Kanate was doing good in a lot of the physical battles. Van Dijk was doing good in physical battles too. He was notice him just like holding on to Gyökeres a lot of the time. Not in like a complaining way, me saying that, but just kind of like stopping him from like pressing, and that's very smart. You know, it's just simple things. I don't know if it's them just wanting to like hug each other or something, but it was just very strange. Um, Soboslai didn't really have to do much today. I mean, obviously, the free kick, wonderful free kick. I I saw it coming from a million miles away. You know, that's a player like Soboslai. There's not many free kick takers like that will hit it deep from the middle of the pitch and score a goal like that. And I imagined it the entire time, flying into the top left corner, rotating around the back of the net, just gliding around the back of the net, and it's really unsavable. I don't blame Raya for that. I'm not upset. I'm more upset that Zubimendi just made such a stupid foul on Curtis Jones, and that neither the center, instead of Zubimendi taking that foul, one of the defenders stepping up and cutting him out, because Curtis Jones isn't someone that I'd rather have Curtis Jones running with the ball, taking a shot from about 20 yards out than Soboslai hitting it from on a free kick from 25. But yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. Allison was also pretty good today. Just sweeping things up. You know, a couple good saves, but also didn't really have much to do. Yeah, not a good performance from Liverpool, I would say. Decent performance, because I have a higher standard for them. This is the champions. This is the team that's favorites to win the league, in my opinion. This team is a lot better than these last couple of performances that they've gave. But you win games. You know, you win games and you don't perform well. That's quite the task. Because once they do get rolling, it's cooked for everybody else in this league. Kanate came off hurt. Probably means the Gahey deal is going to get done very quick. Today is deadline, or is tomorrow deadline? I don't know how it works for you Europeans. But yeah, gonna bring in Gahey. Probably gonna bring in Isak too. I don't see him going back to Newcastle. I don't see how they reintegrate him, but maybe not. And hopefully they don't, because I do not want to have Liverpool come to the Emirates, start Isak or start Ekitike, and then the other one comes on if the other one's having a poor game. That's just not very fun to deal with. It's just a long day. But yeah, good win for Liverpool. This is why they're title favorites. And I don't know who they play next week. Who do they play next week? Let's take a peek. See. Burnley away. Wow, tough game. And then I mean, I think the 2 games after that aren't easy, but you know, there's the international break. They get 2 weeks off, then they get to go play Burnley at home, or Burnley at Burnley's home. Pretty light for them, honestly, up until mid-September. So yeah, good performance from Liverpool. Good win for them. They are still title favorites. 3 from 3 for them. Arsenal. Arsenal. I'll start with the goalie. Poor from Raya today. Um, I mean, good claiming crosses, good cutting out things, good shot stopping, but the ball playing from him was so poor. Was so poor. And the amount of times I felt nervous him passing the ball into the middle, like some of the dumbest passes into the middle you'll ever see, especially the one where Van Dijk just absolutely shrugged. I think it was Zubamendi off the ball. It was just so jarring to watch. Just hit it long, please, please just hit it long, and because we have such a great defense that there shouldn't be an issue of you hitting it long and just containing the attack, even if it is someone like Liverpool, who are probably the best attack in the league. But yeah, just not good from him in the feet today. Timber. Timber was alright. Timber was pretty good. Good going forward. Good moments defensively. All around good performance. Not upset with him. Yeah, I would say he was. I would say he's good, but it wasn't enough today from the whole team, and that's just gonna go for everybody. Nobody's had a great performance today, in my opinion. Saliba got hurt early on. Yay, another injury. Ole ole. Mosquera though, thought he was pretty good, and I'm not too worried about having Saliba out as long as it's not a long-term or a serious injury, because Mosquera played pretty well. Just needs to understand the game a little bit more. Needs to understand what to do on the ball a little bit more, because he just looked a little all over the place on the ball, and it worried me a lot when he had the ball, because I thought he was just gonna make a dumb mistake, and he didn't, which is fine, and it's just great. But and it's his first game. It's had or first. You could count it as a start because he played not over 90 minutes. But and he'll get better at it. But good for Mascara today. Good for our backup. Can't wait to get Hincapié in so we have a little bit more depth. Gabriel, I thought he was good today. I thought another player that was good today. Really just kind of bossed everything defensively, which is what you expect. Last year at the Emirates against Liverpool, we didn't have Saliba, and Gabriel was the orchestrator when it came to defending. And once he came off, you saw the attack cut through us. So yeah, good game from Gabriel, our best defender overall. Calafiori kept Salah quiet tonight and did very good at that. Was decent going forward. Found himself in a lot of good positions, but found himself out of position a lot, and it bothers me a lot. And it bothers me on the ball sometimes. The heavy touches, the lack of control. He's just a little too. I don't know what it's like. It's like a kid on sugar, like too much sugar. You're bouncing around, dude. It's just a little worrying to me. When you're on the ball, because you either look great driving forward or you look like you're gonna shit your pants, and it just bothers me sometimes. But I think he had a good game. Definitely one of his better games for us, in my opinion, because some other times he's been caught out defensively. Outside of those 2 or 3 times where Salah took him one-on-one, and at one time he literally spun around like a dreidel. It was nuts. I thought it was gonna end up in a goal, but he did well to block the shot. I think it was him or Gabriel, I don't remember. But yeah, just he needs to. I don't know why Skelly is not playing over him, but he had a good game. Zubamendi, poor today. Poor. Got bodied off the ball a lot, which is the thing I hated most about Jorginho. And now that you're like the new Jorginho, I know he's the Partey replacement, but his play style is way more tailored towards Jorginho. It's just so annoying. Some of the passes were good today, out to Madueke in the first half. But defensively, it seems like you got ran through a little bit. Physically, you're getting dominated a lot, and it's just annoying. Hopefully, over the break, we get you to lift some weights or something. Gyökeres puts you on to whatever he's doing because he is bulked up. But just not great from him today, and that goes into his ex-teammate, now current teammate, Raquel Moreno. The perfect link. He didn't really do anything today. I mean, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't good. Just a mid. He was like a 5 out of 10. I didn't really know why he's playing. I don't know why he was playing. I mean, with Havertz hurt for a while and Jesus not back fit. This guy is basically our backup striker. So why is he playing? Why is he playing in the midfield when we have Ethan Waneri, who could play there? Odegaard's fit enough to be on the bench. Why doesn't he play? All right, now I understand why it was Odegaard and Eze didn't play. I understand it, but why did Waneri not play? Why did Dowman come on instead of him? I don't understand it. What does Arteta have against this kid Waneri? Because this kid is so talented and he needs runs of games and needs people around him he needs to find an understanding, because sometimes he does take people on and he gives up the ball easily, but in a game like this where we needed creativity, why did he not come on? He's so much more experienced than Max Dowman. He has a whole more season under his belt. He has 3 more years of training with this team than Dowman does. But he came on for him, and that's not to say I don't like Dowman. I love Dowman. But he just wasn't. He wasn't good when he came on. He just didn't do anything. He gave up the ball very easily, and they broke. Kirk has broke, and it could have ended up in a goal. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why Dowman came on. Yeah, Declan Rice, my man of the match for Arsenal. I thought he was very good. I thought even though I said nobody was very good, Declan Rice is the exception outside of his corners. He just won the ball back so much. He didn't really put a pass wrong. He was the reason our midfield was dominating in the first half and he's the reason why we had more control over this game. And he was our best player today. He was. He just flat out was. He did everything. And you see him now in this like double pivot with Zubimendi, which I think is what we should have been doing the entire time. But it also leaves a space in the middle that Marino, Zubimendi were not covering. And you found Declan Rice having to cover that spot a lot of the time. And he had to do way too much, and he didn't have assistance, and it just bothers me so much because going forward he's good. He's I don't care what people say, he's good, and he does provide an intelligence and a different dimension to the attack, and an ability to link up with people and make runs and do things and hit a shot from deep that nobody else in this team really has. Nobody else really has. At least in the midfield. Or at least out of the starting 11, I should say. Because in the midfield we do have Eberici. Madueke. I don't think he was bad. But I thought he was mid too. I just thought he was like a 5.5 out of 10. Did well, taking on Kirkez a couple of times, but he was just getting clamped up by him for the most part. Didn't really do much of anything. Had that good volley off of the corner. That was about it. That's about all he did today. But he was definitely better than the man on the other side. You know what? I won't talk about him yet because I have the most to say about him. Victor Gyökeres. Not good. Not good today. Better than he was against United. Which, I mean, every performance should be better than that game at United. Looked more comfortable, you know. Didn't look like he was as jittery, I guess you could say. Seemed a lot more in control, a lot more composed. Had a good couple of moments of holding up the ball, but just not a lot of feeding through to him. Couldn't really find the pass to him. Hopefully, I mean, when we get time with Odegaard and Eze and Saka back, we could find more of that. But just wasn't given any service today. And even when he did have the ball, he was just decent. It wasn't great. He was decent. I don't even think he had a shot today again. And I think that's the team's. I don't think that's his fault. I think that's the team's fault because they don't give him anything. They just don't give him anything. He just does cardio for the most of the time. He just presses. Whatever. Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli. I used to love this guy, really. He was my favorite. He was like probably my favorite player 4 years ago. And he's washed. He's so washed. It's jarring to watch him play. I don't know why this guy is still at the team. I don't know why he's still at the club. I don't know why the second Bayern Munich showed the smallest bit of interest in him, we didn't go buy him, or we didn't go sell him and go buy Lookman or Rafael or anybody. But I cannot deal with this guy being the starting left winger this whole season. I'm hoping because Eze came on the left that he's going to be the left winger. But this guy is just nothing, provided absolutely nothing. I don't know if he did. I don't like. I would love to look at his stats because I don't remember him completing a cross. Most of the time, he got dispossessed. It said he got dispossessed 0 times. Yeah, okay. I don't know I don't know what kind of crack foot mob is on. He didn't even put in a cross. He didn't do much. He didn't do anything. His decision making is so poor. He can't beat anybody. He can't do much of anything other than maybe win us a corner when he just kicks it off somebody else. But it's just so jarring to watch someone like this. Someone so flat and whose game isn't to pick up the ball like Saka does and take somebody on. It's to run in behind because he has pace. And we never provide that for him, and that's not how we play anymore. And now he just does not have the abilities that we need out of our wingers because teams sit a lot deeper against us because we got better. The reason why you see the drop off of him after the first title charge is because teams figured out that, hey, we can't go out and play Arsenal like how we would go play a mid-table team, because that's what we were before. We were a mid-table team. We were outside of the top four. We have to sit back a little and absorb the pressure and make them break us down. And you could stink out draws and win against us because we're not great against low blocks. And this guy is the biggest person to suffer from that because he has nothing outside of that in his game. He doesn't even cut in and shoot anymore. I don't know what's happened to this guy. But we need to get rid of him. We need somebody else. Trossard isn't the option either. He isn't the answer. Eze is the only left winger that I look at, and I'm excited to see start for this team. Trossard as a sub, it's great, but I want people of starting quality. I want people that can start for us. And this guy's not it. This guy's just not it. So overall, Mikel Arteta, you need to make subs earlier. You need to pick the midfield better, because I looked at this team and I saw Marino starting in the midfield. Yeah, we're going to stink it out. We're not going to have any creativity. And that's exactly what happened. So poor management from Arteta. Poor performance from the team. We need to do better. Nottingham Forest is our next game in 2 weeks. And we need to win. And they're a tough team. But last year we played them right off of the international break and we slapped them. This year we get to play them off of the earlier international break. We should go and slap them. Then we have Athletic Bilbao away, which we need to win to kick off the Champions League campaign, right? And then we have City, who will have a tough schedule, so take advantage of that. They have to play on a Thursday, a Champions League game on a Thursday. Game's gone. And we need to take advantage of that. We need to take advantage of their poor form. They lost today. We're at home. So yeah, team needs to improve. We're not out of the race. This isn't the end-all be-all. It's only 3 games in. Still third. Still only 3 points off Liverpool. But this is a huge blow. And it's a huge win for Liverpool. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.